As we continue with our special coverage, we go now to Austin, Texas. And this time, another story of appreciation for Canadian generosity. Kevin Tuerff found himself in Gander, Newfoundland on September 11th, 5 years ago. He was one of the thousands of travelers we've talked about this morning whose planes were forced to land in Gander. He was so impressed by the kindness of people, he began a program of his own, which we're going to learn about. Kevin Tuerff joins me now. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Heather.
Good to talk to you, and I'm looking forward to the legacy of Gander as it's affected your life. Can you tell me what it was about Gander that had such a profound influence on you?
On September 11th, 5 years ago today, I was flying from Paris into New York City when all of a sudden our flight was rerouted to the north, and we didn't know where we were going. I was on an Air France flight, and the pilot said something about terrorism in French. And then eventually in English said, because of a terrorist attack in the United States, that all planes had been grounded and so we'd be landing in Gander, Newfoundland. And I have to admit, I'd never heard of the place and wasn't sure of the difference between Newfoundland and Iceland. But after we were on the ground, and there were 37 jumbo jets there that landed at Gander Airfield, and those people, they didn't have to let us off and didn't have to take care of us, but they did. It was the amazing generosity of the entire town mobilized to house, clothe, and feed all of these strangers.
And what did that response, that mobilization that you have talked about, that we have shown this morning, what did it inspire you to do in response?
Well, just from my experience, I was housed at the College of the North Atlantic in Gander, and the people there, they kept coming, and they brought food, and they brought blankets and pillows. And even we had one of the best meals I'd had my entire vacation in Europe. They had a culinary institute that made stuffed chicken breasts for 200 people that they weren't planning to have. And so when I came home here to Texas, I wondered if we as Americans, if we would have acted the same way in a similar situation. So I started a program based on the movie Pay It Forward, where every anniversary of 9/11, our EnviroMedia staff at my company, we give everyone, teams of two, $100 in cash and give them 2 hours to go out and spend it on random acts of kindness for strangers. And so it's been a really wonderful, meaningful effort that each year has grown and grown.
I'm just going to ask you another question, but I just want to tell our viewers, as we speak, we're going to show you some of the home video that you filmed yourself as you were in Gander those 5 years ago, as we continue our conversation. The impact, the money that you've given to your employees in this Pay It Forward program, what impact has it had to do good over these 5 years?
Well, I think one thing for sure is that my effort to start this Pay It Forward effort was I couldn't thank enough all of the Canadian people who did so much for so many Americans and airline travelers. When we were stuck on the ground, we didn't know where we were, didn't know what to do, and it wasn't as if I couldn't afford a hotel, but there were no hotels, there was no room at the inn. And so I really wanted to raise awareness of the importance of everyday kindness to strangers, and also to try and reposition all of the terrible fear and helplessness that we see every time we see these images of 9/11, that to try to encourage everyone, and all Canadians are encouraged to try and pay it forward today, to go out and do 3 good deeds for strangers. I can honestly tell you that I believe that Canada set an example for us here in the United States when we had the victims of Hurricanes Katrina and Rita last year. Our entire town came out and was mobilized, and we did rise to the occasion and did exactly what those wonderful people in Gander did for me.
Kevin Tuerff, thanks for the memories of that. Good luck with this year's program. May you do some good work today. Thanks for being our guest.
Thank you so much.